Hey everybody, I'm back here doing part two of how to model a bowl, and I'm gonna decide. I decided to take off the webcam because I noticed that I looked terrible. So I decided to just turn off the webcam for now. And so in this episode, what we're gonna do, or in this part, we're gonna quickly just do a UV on this, and then we're going to throw it into Unreal. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's see here. So I'm just going to again. This is probably like my least favorite part of. I don't have to get rid of this. Where is it? Where's my panels? Layouts. What is it? The UV editor. In sharing one screen is sharing it like this. But it's okay. I just gotta get used to it. Again, I've been kind of spoiled lately. Okay, so I'm just gonna move in and usually I'll throw in my UV. What happened? Why is this not showing? My hypershade. Sorry, I'm just loading into my hypershade right now. I need to grab my where is it? 3D art, I think, and then just my UV template here. You can use the built-in Maya one as well. I actually don't mind that one either. So I'm just going to move in Just try and do this as quickly as possible here. I probably could just create these UVs by projecting it, but I'm just going to do it this way for now since I'm already like halfway there. Okay, so I have that UV as a UV shell. I'll have this as its shared UV shell, and that is its own UV shell. Okay, so I'm just going to start unfolding a bunch of this stuff now. Unfold. Ew, that looks terrible. Why does it unfold like that? Okay, so that definitely did not go to plan. So I'm actually going to create some UVs based on camera. Well, that did not work at all. Why is this not working? Okay, so I'm just going to UVs based on camera. There we go. Okay, this is acting really weird right now. I'm just gonna unfold it from here. There we go. Just gonna put this on the left side just so that I can see, and then I'm gonna do the same for now. For this, there's gonna have to be a seam, right? So there's a seam there. Okay, so I'm just going to select that. Go to UVs. I'm just gonna unfold this. Let's just check my unfold. Make sure that everything's reset back to normal. Legacy. Yeah. So just unfold that. It's very small. So it obviously didn't like that too much either. So there's a few things that I can do here. Yeah, so it definitely didn't like that. So I'm just gonna see what I can do here. So I'm just going to smooth this out. Okay, so it didn't really, I mean, so it's better, but it's kind of like overlapping itself, which is not good. So what we'll do is maybe I'll cut it into, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to unitize it. Put a two edge contain edge. Going to move in the UVs. Oops, sorry. Going to not have these edges selected. Then I'm going to move in the UVs. So it's nice and squared like this. And then I'm going to use the unfold tool options. I'm going to go horizontal first. So it's like that. Then I'm going to go vertical. There, that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, so there we go. That's probably the best way to do these. It's not perfect by any means, but it'll have to do for now. It did a lot better job than what I was able to get earlier. And then we can use Substance Painter to kind of get rid of the seams if I want to. There shouldn't be any seams because I'm making this like a pretty simple texture. I'm not going to put like dirt or grime or anything on it. Not, at least that's not the plan. It's not like a super main focus of the scene, so I don't want to make it a main focus. Camera based. And then I'm just going to unfold. No, that's not right. I noticed that my undo tool is not really responding as quickly as it used to. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, I'm just gonna unfold there. It has this weird nook on it. I'm just gonna smoothen it out. There you go. So there. So now we have this kind of like UV'd, and I'm just going to lay it out. World. Make sure that this is probably not going to be the size of the texture, probably like 512 or something. And then there you go. So that's now everything is kind of using the proper UVs. There's tons of space left here. I'm almost wondering if if this and the cup could be part of the same texture sheet. I think it might be able to be. So I'm just going to go back to this, go to my outliner, and I'm going to, where's my coffee mug? Load up the coffee mug and see if the coffee mug, so the coffee mug is not even UV'd yet, so I can UV the coffee mug and the bowl together. So I'm just going to, let's see, there's not much, let's see, so I'm just going to, where is the grid? The grid is here. Okay, yeah, so this needs to be put up to 0, 0. Just gonna move this up to 0, 0. I'm just gonna freeze the transforms on that. So this doesn't even have UVs yet. This does, so I think I'm gonna UV the coffee mug now. Well, this is kind of cool. You guys get to see a little bit more than what I was expecting, but it's okay. So now you guys get to see kind of both of these, and yeah, I have a feeling that I'm just gonna share. I'm just gonna share the UV space for both of these. So I'm just going to move and sew. That didn't seem to do anything. What's going on here? Uh, do I have do I have what's going on? Do I have double vertices or something? No. Okay, well, it seems to be stubborn, so I'm just gonna do it based on camera then. Just gonna go from this view, cut that off. Actually, it's probably easier if I just have these faces here as its own. UVs, camera based, two UVs. I'm gonna move this to the side just so that we can see that it's a bit off. And then we're gonna have the seam here. We'll have the seam here. Cut the seam there. I don't know why I'm not. There we go. Okay, I just needed to reactivate the borders, the border edges again. So, like, I don't understand why this is not responding. So I'm just going to go create UVs, create uh, camera based, and obviously that's not how it's supposed to look, but it's okay. I'm going to put a seam here. cut it, unfold it, there. And then I'm going to rotate it just a little tad bit. You can line this up like that. That's one thing that I do miss about some of the tools. Some of the really cool tools that UV Deluxe has, which is really unfortunate that that Maya doesn't have in their default tool sets. It's really unfortunate that they're not taking a lot of these tools that other artists are creating to make their lives a lot easier. There we go. So I got that. We're gonna do the same for this one, and we're gonna put the seam here instead. Moving so. Let's see. And we're going to unfold these faces. So there we go. And like I said, I mean, I'll do the layout later to make sure that it's all nice and put together. But for now, I'm just going to do it like that. And I'm actually just going to move and sew this together. So, I mean, like, I don't understand what's going on here. It seems like there's some messiness in here somehow. So I'm just going to yeah, like I don't. Let's just do this. Create camera based on whatever, and like yeah, like it's if you guys notice that the bordered edges. Oh, is it because of the? Oh, it's probably because of the creased. I probably have it creased. That's why. Yeah, I probably have it creased. So now, so it's showing me the creased edges as well. So that's a little bit confusing, but it's okay. Yeah. So that's yeah, it's just a little bit confusing. That's all. But it's okay. I'm just going to go like that, unfold it. Eek. Eek. I'm just going. Oh, it's probably because of this part here. So I'm just going to cut that. Now this should be a lot more cleaner. There we go. Just gonna rotate, and like I said, I wish that Maya had some of the tools that other plugins have to make lining up and all that stuff a lot easier. Okay, so there we go. So now we have that UV'd. We're gonna have this part. This part is probably the craziest one. So we're going to cut the UV there. And then we're gonna just create UV based on camera. I'm gonna unfold this. There we go. Gonna maybe smoothen it out a bit more. There we go. And that's the handle. Now, what's going on here? Okay, so now we have a bunch of this stuff here. Gonna camera based. Scroll this down. Like I said, guys, there's so many different ways to do this. You guys are just seeing how I do UVs, right? There's no right or wrong. Oh, that didn't get so we're moving. So, gonna unfold. That doesn't look very nice. Gonna unfold like that. There we go. And there you have it. So now we have a bunch of pieces UV'd for the coffee mug and the got the coffee mug and the what's that called? The bowl. So let's see. So the bowl and the coffee, the dinner bowl. So I'm just gonna show it here. So now what we can do at this point is we um, can we lay it out together? Yep. So you can lay it out together, right? So now they're both laid out. what we can do is we can try and make things a little bit larger to fit the UV space even more, right? So we can utilize it a little bit more. So we'll definitely do that. Right now, this is like perfect, right? Perfect pixel density. Um, so if we just want like a good preview, like this is going to be pretty solid. It's laid out decently enough. Like I'm afraid of changing this too much, all because of the pixel density, right? So I'm gonna leave some room inside the texture here, just in case we want to put like a logo or something on it later. Like we'll have some space inside the texture to do that. So so yeah, so that's UV now. What we can do is throw this into Unreal and see how this all looks. So I'm just gonna save. I'm gonna re-export out the coffee mug. Export selection. Sorry, this is gonna be a little bit more of the boring parts of things, but sci-fi dorm props and coffee mug underscore X. So I spelt it a little bit different. So I need to make sure that I try and keep this as consistent as possible. So there it is, mug. So I'm just gonna change that so that's consistent. Diner bowl. I'm gonna go dinner bowl. Oh no, it's dinner bowl. Dinner bowl. Dinner bowl. I'll close A. Okay, and I'm going to export this out. Just go new, and then let's load this into. So it detects that there's new stuff. I'm just gonna import all. Whoop, sorry, clicked the wrong button. Import all. It's gonna say that the mesh is very small. This is most likely the issue with the units used when exporting as a FBX. So I'm just going to go into my content browser, going to find that bowl, put it on there, and right now it's using what's this using? This is using a Fong one. I probably could just use a Fong one, throw it into where's my materials? Materials. Just for now, I'll just throw a Fong one in there. If I can find it, Fong 3, whatever, sure. Fong 3. There we go. So now we have a bowl. We have a bowl in here, and we can start to play around with things a little bit more. The coffee mugs are moved a bit because I moved the pivot points on the coffee mug. So I need to go back and readjust all that. And there you have it. All right, so there you go. Got the bowl, got the coffee mug UV'd, and we'll move on to some texturing in the next part. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.